Hello and welcome. This is the first in a series of videos we'll be making here at Georgia Electron Microscopy that I'm calling Into the Microscopist's Pocket. So today I'll be showing you all how we can make point spectra and spectra of regions from EDS map that you've already taken with our teneo using the Oxford EDS system we have here at Georgia Electron Microscopy. So let's go into the microscopist's pocket. So now that you all are in my pocket, we will talk about some of the key features of our mapping software here on the Oxford EDS detector. And really, I'm hoping to imbue upon all of you that we need to take a map of every kind of sample that you all have as just your default thing to do as soon as you put it into the SEM NU1 EDS data. So the first thing to do in order to get a really nice map is really simple. You just let the system collect a lot of data points by letting the electron beam wash over your sample. That'll generate the X-rays, which will then be collected. So I've been letting this run for about 2 minutes, and we're gonna let it go for a little bit longer, so we'll get up to 3. I find that at about 3 minutes, we have quite a bit of data in order to work with, in order to unlock some of the more advanced features of our software. So the most important advanced feature of the mapping software is that we can reconstitute area spectra as well as point spectra from a map itself. This is ideal for a number of reasons. First, in mapping, we have drift correction, which we don't have in point or region analysis. The other is that you can always bring back up your image in your data set later, as long as you save your project file. So if you take a map, you can always get a spectra later. Whereas if you just get a bunch of spectra, you can't get a map. So if you need to sleuth out specific things after a reviewer's asked you some questions, it's much easier to do it from a map. So in order to reconstitute those spectra, what we'll do is you'll click a button over here on the left side in the middle of the screen. They read out as reconstruct a spectrum from a point, reconstruct a spectrum from a rectangular region, reconstruct a spectrum from a elliptical region, or reconstruct a spectrum from going freehand. It works the exact same as in point and ID analysis. So I'm going to take the elliptical region, and then I will go over this area, which should be iron rich. And then you can see that I've gotten a spectrum from it. That's pretty high quality. That's simply been made by reconstituting that data directly from the map data. The other thing we can do, obviously, is make a rectangle one. I'll do that over here in the silicon rich region. And see, still very high quality map. Then we can also get point maps as well. The downside with point maps is that they don't have the same quality as in the case of going to point and ID and actually doing them, but you still do get some usable data. So I'll go to the iron one, and you can see here, not great, but that's where iron should be. So we can start to click around and see if we get a real peak from it. See, in a silicon rich region, you can tell exactly what it is. So I would say that you should always think of reconstituting as more of an area tool and not by point. But it's still better than nothing. So that's it for the inaugural in the microscopist's pocket, and thank you all for your time. Bye.